Hello and welcome. These are horse racing selections for Tuesday, the 28th of November. I am Flat Cap Callum and I'm hoping you are all very, very well. I know, I know. Sleepy week, sleepy Tuesday. There ain't no all weather. What the heck am I doing here? I'm here because it's a quiet Tuesday and I'm feeling like I'd like to be a little bit outrageous. So there is one bet on Tuesday. One bet, £10 is the stake. Whether you choose to follow me or you don't choose to follow me, that is what I am investing of channel monies. So of monies, and bear in mind, in the channel perspective, we've built up money over this year. So I'm investing money that has already been won. It's not technically risking money that I have in my pocket, but £10 for Tuesday is what I am coming at you with. I don't, you know what I'm getting at. So it's a short event this morning, and I will take the opportunity to just spin through Saturday because it'd be super quick, and then we'll get into Tuesday. We've got 4 horses. I really wasn't going to have a bet on Tuesday, and then I didn't really look till the early hours of the form, and I looked at the first race at Tramore, and I was like, yeah, we're on. We are on. That's basically what happened. So my jumps form's not been too hot. So we'll be outrageous on a Tuesday and see if we can sneak up on the bookies when they're not expecting it, or we'll just lose £10. But we'll maybe have some fun trying. So Saturday's review, straightforward enough. Bold Endeavour. I think it did pay out for 5 bookies, but I couldn't confirm if 888 did pay out. 365 and Sky did, so I've not claimed it for the channel. It would have made a difference of a few pounds. Bold Endeavour was 5th, and then we had No Good. That ran awfully. To be fair, I did it disservice, or I did myself a disservice. I did look back, and we did back Malastic last year at one point, and it did win at 8-1. So I don't always get it on the bad days. Visibility was a non-runner, and that horse, just was very unfortunate, I think, in running. So it was a £1 refund for the channel stats. Some of you will have got a few quid back for Bold Endeavour. So we ended the week 26 to the good. So we're over 800 up for the year, 17 odd percent. So the figures were all good, and I was thinking there's just going to be 2 days in November, Wednesday, Thursday, on what is a very quiet week because there's no or weather in the UK. So for my focus, it will be Dundalk Wednesday and Friday, and picking the bits through the jumps. And Saturday's jumps got a little bit more potential because of the meeting at Newbury. We'll see. But yeah, I thought it was going to be last week was quiet. This would be even quieter. But then I go find Ooga Boogum, didn't I? So I am keen on Ooga Boogum, 150 to 1 across the board. Now the thing with this absolutely ridiculous looking bet is some people would absolutely say, and you know, who knows what the real answer is. Even if you got a couple of these up, the bookies would never ever let you get the rest up, particularly if you're doing some sort of offering a service on YouTube and lots of people are repeating the same bets. But I got to make a choice, haven't I? I like them. I'm not keeping my best stuff for me. I'm happy to put it out there and take a chance. And I looked at the 12:30 Tramore, and I was like, right, we've got a right hot pot favourite, the Mullins favourite. He sent Gaelic Warrior to win the corresponding race last year. It's a 2-9 favourite, so it's a nice looking betting structure to try and find some place stuff. And then I saw Ooga Boogum, which I've been keeping an eye out on. I had a little eye out on it last time it ran. Didn't run very well. But this time, I think the introduction of Danny Gilligan is a really, really interesting jockey booking. So we've had some sort of conditional riding that Ooga Boogum before. And I think with Danny Gilligan on, it's a really interesting jockey booking because he's only ridden 2 times for the trainer, both in maidens, and placed both horses, and one was placed at 66s. He's not a man you book just at the moment to jump on your horse and spin it round. Like you want to put Danny Gilligan on because you think his £5 claim's worth it. So it's got a great betting structure for a race, and I've got a horse at a massive price across the board that I think should be far, far shorter So for some of you, you want to play in the side bet market because it's a bad each way race. You do lose quite a bit if you go down the increments to the side bet market. So I'm not saying it's a bad bet for side bet market. It isn't. But I'm absolutely happy to take the 150 to 1 in the main market for 3 places. I think that's tons and tons of value. So Uga Boogum is the number 1 horse there, starting us off in the 12:30 Tramore. I mean, yeah, I know for some people, if you're not familiar with the channel, this looks absurd. But even if you are familiar with the channel, this has got to be up there with one of the most ridiculous looking ones. We then go the next race, 1 o'clock Tramore. We've then got another hot pot favourite that Rachel Blackmore's riding in the colours of honeysuckle. This one, even if these two were the same odds, Uga Boogum would be better. That's to give you an indication. But Pebble Blue, I was like, it's one race where actually, if you look at that on bare form, it's competitive enough to make it a chance of framing, even without kind of clutching at some sort of like fictional fairy tale. There's enough in that one run, so you've got to take your chances here. And I was like, if I've got 150s. If I can find a 66 in the following race, we'll try and see how our luck is. So Pebble Blue, not as strong as Uga Boogum, but 66s. Then got the 110. Have I written those the wrong way around? I think I might have. I think I've written those the wrong race round. I think I have. In my haste this morning to get this done, I've written them the wrong way round. So I think the next race is the 110 at Southwell, but the horse is Moraval. So 110 Moraval, 2 o'clock Golden Symphony. So the 110 Moraval, with that horse, you're absolutely taking a flyer on the fact that horse turned up in that race, corresponding race last year, with the same jockey in the same ground, and won at 100 to 1 with no form. So at 66s, that's a price to take. Can Lightning Strike again? On bare form, that horse won't do anything because it's only run once well at the same corresponding meeting and won at 100 to 1. It's only a couple of pound higher. It's clearly got the ability on the right day for a tiny stable, but the 66ers to repeat the 100 to 1 win when it's only a couple of pound higher, got a chance of your luck on that. So 110 Moraval's on, and then we're finishing off. That is the 2 o'clock Tramore Golden Symphony. That's the actual obvious race that most people will look at because it's 16 runners, 3 reserves, so hopefully we've got a chance of holding for 5 places across the board. Golden Symphony should be about 9s. It's got decent form other than when it's running on heavy ground. It's had lots of breaks in runs, but jockey gets on well with the horse. No reason why the horse should be 16, so that's a nice add-on into that bet there. So we've got 20p each way Yankee, a £1 each way single on Uga Boogum, 50p each way singles on the other 3, and a 30p each way double, Uga Boogum and Pebble Blue. Sky are, what are they? Sky and 1 extra place on that Moraval race, the 110 Southwell. Sky 1 extra place. That's the only reason where they edge it. The prices are pretty much across the board. The only one is Moraval to shop around, and you can't get the 66s with Moraval on Sky. So that's the only. The others were pretty solid when I started recording this. Moraval was the one that 50s in some and 66 in others. So that's £10 of our channel stake. A bog book. I mean, it's a bog bookie, but I can't see them getting bigger. The problem is, if it wasn't for the channel, I'd say they got a chance. Some of these have got a chance of getting bigger because it's such a great betting structure, and therefore money's not going to be necessarily floating around for those 2 horses. But because the channel is got enough size now, if enough repeat bets go down on these, it's going to start impacting the market. But because you've got this hot pot favourite, it's really hard to call. I absolutely guarantee you won't see this bet on Paddy Power as their favourite bets. They did it to me twice last week. I noticed. I don't know if anyone else is paying attention. They twice my bets made it into the top 5 that run along the reel on Paddy Power that says these most popular bets, and then about 3 hours before the race, it disappeared. No, everyone just cashed out before the races. They didn't. So yeah, they clearly had enough of their fill of people repeating the bets. But to be fair, if it gets onto their repeat bet system, that's a really positive thing, because then that's a reason why actually the bookie would take to look at and go, well, okay, well, I see, well, there's lots of money on these same horses because we've put it in our repeat bets. So yeah, I don't know. We could have 4 absolute donkeys there, couldn't we? But I'm willing to put £10 to find it out. You do what you do. That is me on this bonus feed, over and out. And then I'll be back tonight for Wednesday, mainly focused at Dundalk. Probably like to have a couple of little squeaks on some big price golfers this week. I've got 3 on the list. I'll see what the prices are like when I get to vid tonight. But 3 possible golfers to just have a tiny little interest in this weekend. I think I've got 2 on my list in South Africa and 1 in Australia. So we'll see. All right, back tonight. Thank you very much. Bye bye.